Hello, today I'm going to talk about setting up email signatures in HubSpot, specifically using presets. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Ryan from Wimpact, where I help organizations operate better. So in today's Winsight or Whole Heart Insight, I'm going to dive into how to set up email signatures, specifically using presets. So here I am in my demo account. Over here on the left, at the top in the General tab, and then the email tab, general section email tab. Here's where you're able to set up kind of a user email signature. So yeah, if you have any questions or want help with that, let me know. It should be pretty straightforward. You can always paste in HTML. So that's kind of a classic way to do it. But HubSpot, I think, kind of recently came out with the preset capability. So over in user and teams here on the left, I'm going to click on this presets tab. And from here, I'm going to be able to create a preset. Specifically, I'm looking in this email signature. So this came up in working with a client. What they want is to be able to have a last initial on their email signature. So they're working in their help desk, don't want to necessarily have their last name shown. They just want to have a last initial. So rather than going into, every one of those users' accounts to be able to set up their email signature, I can do this here with a preset. So on this email signature tab, I'm going to toggle on the email signature capability here. And here we can use our personalization tokens. So I'm going to click on first name, which is what we want. But then if I want to use the last initial, I'm kind of limited in the tokens that are available for each user, right? If I use last name, I could do that, and then I could put their last initial there, but then that would persist across the account. So that's not quite what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a little bit more information, such as phone number, and then maybe the email address. And that's good there. But I also want job title, and I don't have job title here either. So what I'm going to do here is use email tokens. So I'm going to click on this manage email tokens. I'm going to add, let's go ahead and do job title since it's recommended. And then I'm going to do last initial. I believe you cannot use spaces here. Yeah, tokens can only have lowercase letters, A through Z, numbers, and underscores. So go ahead and create those. You can create up to 5 tokens to utilize. So I may have to come back here, see if this persists. Let me copy this, see if it's available. Nope, I'll refresh here. Okay, let's turn that on. There's our pasted tokens. And then if I come over here to token, I've got last initial. I can go ahead and put that in there. You can use the period or not. The way I'm going to set it up, I'm just going to put the period in the token itself, but just something minor to keep in mind. And then here on the job title, we'll go ahead and insert that as well. So I'm going to name this preset as help desk users or something to that effect. And then I would come over here and I'm going to select which users I can add. So for now, I'll just add myself. And then one other thing you'll see, I go to save, preset needs language and locale. Language is English, and then locale, put in United States. That's good enough for now. I'll save that preset. You have the option to basically alert the users that you're assigning to the preset. So you, by default, it will send an email. You can check this box to not send an email to alert them that they've been set up for some sort of preset. But again, the thing that we're really focused on is email signature. And then it's like, okay, I've got my tokens set up. How do I use those or populate them? And that's the main point I wanted to kind of share today. I mean, the preset capability is pretty pretty cool, but there is a help article here. If you just Google search, presets and HubSpot, it talks about a lot of what I've gone through, and it even mentions the ability to utilize email tokens. But it's kind of like in here where it tells you where to go and assign the tokens, and it doesn't necessarily have a screenshot, which took me a second, but again, you're on the presets tab. You've got help desk users as the preset that we just set up. When you're hovering over that in the actions dropdown, go ahead and click on assign email tokens. So we'll select that. I have, if you have multiple users here, you'll see your list of users that are assigned the preset. I'm going to go ahead and click edit. So you got to do this one by one. If you don't have a ton of users, it's not that big a deal. If you have 100 users, then just, I don't know that there's a way around it. Maybe you can use the API or something, but you may just have to go one by one. So again, for the last initial, I'm going to put in S in the period because I did not put the period in the token. And then for job title, let's just put in founder. So that's great. Again, this is going to be applied for the user's email signature. So if I have an email signature set up here, it's going to overwrite for that piece. You can see we've got our signature set up. And then if we want to use this, say, in our shared mailbox, we should be able to come over here, go into our channels, find the email that we're connected to, click edit, add team signature, personalize here. So I'm not seeing it in my demo account. Maybe it's just the way the email is set up or something, but in my client's account, if you come here and go to add the team signature, in this user token, you should see an option to potentially use the user signature or something to that effect. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions or issues, but you should be able to come into your connected shared mailbox in the help desk channels and use this personalization piece here and then find, I think it was at the bottom, email signature, user email signature, or something to that effect. So then you can just plug that in there. So then whenever someone's responding from the help desk, it'll insert their user signature automatically. So that's pretty much it. I'll leave it there. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, issues setting this up, or um, any questions with email signatures in HubSpot. I appreciate y'all's time and for watching. Bye for now.